guys, I'm Phil and I'm going to show you today how you can create this golden cage from a soccer ball. First, I looked for a free 3D model and I selected this one. You can download it and you got a zip archive. So I just unzipped it and I selected the OBJ file without the JPEG file. We don't need any texture for our tutorial. Now in C4D, just open up the OBJ file, just click OK. We're going to change the name of this model. Let's call it ball. Let's create a little cylinder. And 0.3 for the radius, height 50, and 12 segments is enough. Let's display the edges of our model, and we are going to replicate this cylinder on each edge of this ball. First, let's place a camera. To replicate the cylinder, we're going to use a MoGraph cloner. So just select this cloner, call it cylinders, and put the cylinder as a child of your cloner. Select the cloner. In the mode, you select object, and in this object field, just drag the ball. We got a lot of cylinders, you see. Not exactly what we want. So just select for the distribution edge, and we have to scale a little bit our cylinder. We have to tune the length of each cylinder along the edge with the edge scale parameter. So go around 80, 90, and you get something like this. We can keep little gaps like this because we are going to put some sphere, a little sphere at each intersection. To do this, we are just going to duplicate our cloner and just call it spheres. We are going to replace this little cylinder with a small sphere. Small sphere means 0.5 centimeter, and the 12 segments is okay. Our little sphere is here, and just make it a child of our cloner. This time we are distributing our spheres on vertex. And now if you zoom in, you can see your little sphere at the right place. Okay, let's zoom out. Because we want a wireframe effect, we have to hide our ball. We hide it from the renderer and from our view. Let's do a quick render. Good. We are going to use multipass with object buffer to be able in Photoshop to extract the wireframe from the background. For that, we just check multipass, and here we select object buffer, group ID 1, that's okay. and on each cloner just add a compositing tag, select the tag and the object buffer tab and enable buffer number 1. You can control drag to make a copy or command on Mac. Now you can place the texture of your choice on the ball. I will do it the lazy way. I will use a preset from the broadcast materials, metal, and I select the metal gold texture. I just drag it on my sphere and control drag on cylinder. And now let's render. Oh, already done. So just right click and save as. We're going to save as a Photoshop file. Be sure that alpha channel is checked. Say OK. Soccer ball wireframe. And now let's open up the file into Photoshop. Let's open our rendered file. Here, select the channel window and you got here your object buffer 1. Just control click to get the selection from it. Command on Mac. Go back to layer and from here just type Control J, which makes a copy of the selected area in a separate layer. You can hide the background and you got the cage without the background. So now we are going to create our background. Just create a new layer and we're going to use this image. This image comes from this site. It's a free image, free background. I just select the whole image and close it and just paste it on my layer. I got this. Maybe I can reduce a little bit the size of the image like this. Okay. And now you see that my wireframe is not very bright. That's because we didn't play with the light in Cinema 4D. We can do some quick settings just using levels. Just alt click in between to affect only the cage. And here just brighten things. We can add contrast by adding a little bit of black and you get something much more lighter. If you would like to get a quick shadow, just a quick trick, just duplicate this layer. This will be our shadow layer. I just control click to get the selection. I use Control T to transform my selection. I move it down. I expand it like this. I'm holding Alt to get the symmetry. Just hit enter. And now I want to fill this area with black, which is the foreground color. Make sure to have this as a foreground color. And with Alt backspace, I just get this horrible shadow. First thing to do is to reduce the opacity, something as low as maybe 20%. and we are going to add the blur filter. In our case, what works well is a motion blur. You can use, of course, a Gaussian blur, but motion blur works well. Keeps the angle at 0, and the distance has to be quite big, around 200, maybe a little bit less. You get this kind of shadow, good enough for our quick tutorial. Here we can link the two layers so that now you can move around a little bit your ball, your wireframe, wherever you want. Okay, that's all, guys. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and that it will be helpful to you. I see you. Bye bye, and see you soon.